really good habits to get into? Are you in the habit of doing whatever it takes to get stronger? Are you in the habit of doing whatever it takes to be energetic? Are you in the habit of what do I need to eat and how do I need to exercise so that I can be lean, that I love what I see in the mirror? And what about being fit so that everything in your body works well? Are you in the habit of doing those things? And if not, do you want to get into the good habit of being a healthy, fit, strong human being? It's been suggested by the behavioural scientists, by the people that study the brain and human behaviour, that you can't get rid of a bad habit. You can only exchange it for a different habit or a better habit. So if you're in the habit of eating a certain way, not moving your body, spending your money, people that you bring into your life, the way you drive to work, the way you clean your house, the way you wash your car, they're all things that we do every day, and we're in the habit of doing them a certain way. Even the words that we use. So if somebody says to you, how are you? You're probably in the habit of saying a certain thing. Not too bad, wish it was Friday, I'm okay. You might say, I'm awesome. But everything we say and do has become a habit if we do it over and over and over. So we can't get a new habit, but we can change it for a better one if we want to. So there's the first question. If there's anything in your life that you don't like and you're in the habit of doing it a certain way, so you don't like the way you're eating or the way you exercise or you're not exercising at all, if you don't like the people that you've brought into your life, if you had a series of bad relationships, if you've got a financial plan that isn't heading you towards financial freedom and security, then what do you need to do to change it? And of course, that has to be a conscious decision. So the first question is, do you want to be healthy, fit and strong? Do you want to have a career or business that you love, or are you in the habit of going to a lousy, stinking, rotten job? Do you want to have a great financial plan so you can either retire wealthy or not have to worry about money for the rest of your life? And do you need to get into the habit of looking after your money if you're not already? And yes, if you've had a string of horrible relationships, what do you need to do differently so that you don't keep doing that? Are you in the habit of bringing horrible people into your life? So the conscious decision to make a change, of course, is the first thing. But then you actually have to make the change, and it has to be a conscious decision. So if you normally get up in the morning, eat your breakfast a certain way, shower a certain way, put your clothes on a certain way, whatever it is that you do, what if you decided from this day forward, I'm going to do things differently? So for me, it's really easy, and I will say really easy, because I'm so in the habit of, I would never miss an exercise session. I'm constantly growing my headspace, that I'm learning and becoming stronger and wiser and better at business. I'm constantly learning about money and finances so that I can help other people with their finances, because being financially free is such a lovely place to be. I'm constantly studying and analysing and researching communication skills and how to have great relationships with whoever comes into your life, and the self-esteem, that relationship that you have with yourself. I'm in the habit of studying about those, doing them every day, learning about them every day. And I talk about learn, laugh, huff, puff, lift. I'm in the habit of that. I learn every day without fail. I laugh every day because I just think life would be horrible if you didn't. I get puffed multiple times throughout the day, and I'm constantly thinking about how I'm going to get stronger mentally and physically. Now, you don't have to live your life like me, of course, but I'm in the habit of those things, so I don't have to think about them anymore. So is it possible that if you are not healthy, fit and strong, if you don't have a career or business that you love, if you're not financially free, and if you do have crappy people in your life, that all you need to do is make a conscious decision to change? What am I going to do differently? And there's a really interesting question. The people that have those things going, what's different? What do they do differently? How do they think differently? How do they act differently than the people that are fat, sick, weak, diseased, have a horrible, lousy, stinking, rotten job, are financially broke, struggling for money, and have crappy people in their life? There's different headspace there. So yes, do you need to change your headspace? Do you need to change your actions? But how do you do that? And for me, it's always just been the shoe thing. Just do it. If you are in the habit of procrastinating, if you've gotten into the habit of saying, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it sometime in the future. I remember very specifically the time in my life where I changed my headspace for that. I just said, every time I say I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'm going to do it later, or I'm going to do it in the future, I'm going to do it now. If it's in my headspace to do it, I'm going to do it now. And I changed the habit from being a procrastinator to being a doer. So I don't have to think about it anymore because I'm in the habit of being a doer. I don't have to think about brushing my teeth, having a shower, eating food, sleeping, wearing clothes. I'm sure you don't either, because you're in the habit of doing those. But then the big one, which is exercise, if you're not in the habit of it, it's just a matter of changing whatever you're doing at the moment. So it might be that instead of getting up in the morning and wandering around social media and watching television or talking to somebody on the phone or whatever it is that you first do when you get up, what if you just today make the conscious decision, I'm going to have my shoes ready or my exercise clothes ready or my exercise music ready, or I'm going to go as soon as I wake up. And how long does it take to change your habit? Now, there's a lot of argument about that, and the behavioural scientists will tell you it could be 21 days, it could be 14 days, it could be 7 times that you do something different. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be for you. All I know is that if you want to change, if you want to if you've got a bad habit and you want to change it to a good habit, you can if you decide to. And have I watched people do that? Of course. I've managed health clubs all over the world. I've been a personal results exercise coach all of my life. I now help people who thought they couldn't have their own business because they're in the habit of believing somebody who said, you're not good enough to have your own business, you don't have enough money, you can't do it. All they've had to do is change their headspace, which technically is just go do it. Running a business is easy when you've got the skills, tools, and knowledge to do it. But you have to decide, I don't want to work for a lousy, stinking, rotten boss anymore. I don't want to do something I don't love doing every day. So I have to change my habit of going to a horrible job. Now, the other thing that's really interesting there is the circle of influence that you have, the people that you have in your life. Maybe you need to change those. The people that are around you, and particularly the 5 people that you spend, waste, or invest the most time with, have the biggest influence on your life. So if the 5 people that are in your life and you're surrounded by them, they aren't healthy, fit, and strong, so they're in the habit of eating crappy food and not doing any exercise. If the people that you spend the most time with have a horrible job and they're in the habit of going to that horrible job, if they're broke because they're in the habit of spending more than they earn, if they have horrible people in their life because they're in the habit of accepting poor behaviour, very possible that you'll be on that same track because the 5 people that you spend, waste, or invest the most time with have the biggest influence on your life. So maybe one of the things to consider is, do I need to change the habit of the people that I have in my life? Are they there by habit? Or it might be that they're there by responsibility, or I have to do it because I feel that because they're my family, I feel the duty to do that. The people that you waste, spend, or invest the most time with have the most influence on your life. So if you're not happy, is it time to make a change? People, what you eat, the way you exercise, your headspace, the things that you put into your head. I remember a very long time ago I said, no more, I just don't listen to the radio. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not listening to somebody else's music choices, and I'm not listening to somebody else's opinion. I stopped listening to the news. I don't open up any of those boxes because I don't want those negative influences in my life, in my headspace. I was in the habit of watching the news. How about you? I was in the habit of turning the radio on when I got into the car, but I just needed to change it to a different habit. So now when I get into the car, I say my goals. When I turn on a screen, I have my personal vision board going through my television, so that I'm not looking at somebody else's life, I'm not looking at somebody else's goals. I'm in the habit of creating a vision board for me, putting it into my television so that that's what I see every day. Now again, you don't have to live like me, but I do get accused every day of being incredibly happy. I've got a stack of energy. I've been doing what I love every day of my life. I've never had a lousy, stinking, rotten job. And I only have kind, respectful, beautiful people in my life. I live my life that way because I've decided to. I'm in the habit of being a healthy, fit, strong, energetic human being who has a career that I love, who is financially free, and I only have great people in my life. And I've made that decision because I got out of the bad habits of all the things that create the opposite to that. And I'll ask the question, if you are overweight, sick, diseased, depressed, don't feel good about yourself physically or mentally, if you have a lousy, stinking, rotten job that you don't like, if you are struggling for money or you've got financial challenges, and if you have horrible people in your life, or God forbid, a combination of all of those, is it time to make a change? Because surely life's too short to live with the bad habits that have been created. Well, you're only living that way if you've got bad habits. You can't get rid of the bad habits, you just change them for different ones or better ones. So it's a really simple process, but you just got to make a change and decide that's what you want. But there's the painful question. If you don't make a change, where will you be next year? Where will you be 5 years from now? Where will you be 10 years from now? Because we're not going to get any better. You don't get healthier if you're not looking after yourself. Your job doesn't get better if you stay in a lousy, stinking, rotten job. You don't earn more money if you're not getting better at what you do. And you certainly don't have better people in your life if you accept poor behaviour. So you could get out of the habit of all those crappy things and change your habits to live the life that you want to live, and I call it living your life to the max. So if you want to live your life to the max, you could change your habits. Live your life to the max. Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max with great habits.